Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating a look using some beauty products that I have been loving lately. I did pick up one of the new Prada eye palettes. I have this one in Peony, so we're going to be using this beautiful palette today, as well as using some of my favorite complexion products. I also have a new perfume that I cannot wait to share with you. This is the new launch from Vilhelm Parfumerie Chimilka is its name, and it is a beauty. Can't wait to tell you all about it. So if you're interested in learning how I created this look using some products that I've been absolutely loving lately, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we desperately need to put some makeup on this face, and I'm going to be using some products that I have been loving lately. Kind of a little update, and then I do have a beautiful new Prada little eye quad. So we're gonna have a little fun. I am going to start with this COLORESCIENCE No Show Mineral Sunscreen. I have completely fallen in love with this, and if you have been watching me for a while, you will know I was so sad when Glow Skin Beauty discontinued my favorite ever mineral sunscreen that was an SPF 50. It was just the best kind of texture. It was a lotion, and I will say this is thinner in texture, but I love it. So this one is sort of filling that gap, and especially for those that do not want a tinted SPF, I think you're going to love this. So I should have shown you, it's like two big stripes of this SPF. Basically, you can coat this on and it just is going to sink right in to the skin, and I just love it. So my skin does actually prefer mineral sunscreens here, but it can tolerate some chemical, but in general, this has just been such an amazing SPF. I really, really like it, and put a little bit of that extra on my hands here. Make sure you get behind the ears. And I just really, really have been enjoying this No Show Mineral Sunscreen. And then I'm going to be using my favorite complexion products. Yep, you've heard me talk about this before, but this is just sort of my go-to. I love my CrealFirm offer, and this is basically her eye cream, and it has like a little peachy kind of undertone, so I feel like I get a little bit of brightening right off the bat with that before we move on to the complexion products. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. You can put this, you know, all over your skin. I tend to just take a minute and I put it on my lids and underneath, and I'll kind of bring it down into these little folds here and just kind of massage that just a bit, kind of waking up my eyes here. Okay, then we're going to be using my favorite combination. This is the Sarah Creal combo. I literally think the Face Flex is something magical. And then this is her Brilliant Repair Shield in Staycation. Completely in love with this, and what I'm going to do today is I promise to show you the original one, that's the bronzy one. I'm going to mix a little bit of these together as kind of my glowy base, and yes, I use this as makeup, not just SPF. So I'm always going to end my skincare routine with my last step, and I've been using this No Show Mineral, and then I will use this as my makeup base, and I think of this as a bonus. Like this has an SPF 50. You totally can use it as your SPF, but I just tend to like to use this as like a little bonus piece. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the Staycation here. Love, love, love. And then I'm gonna use Vacation, that's the name. I've been having some senior moments lately with pronouncing products and such, so I've been a little bit scared about that, but here is a little bit of Vacation and Staycation, and then I'm going to mix them together. And this is going to give me a little bit of warmth on the skin, just like this, but it just works beautifully, and it's going to leave me with a nice glowy finish on the skin. And I like to just apply this with my fingertips. This really is like easy on the go makeup, and I just really love the finish of that face flex. I seriously, it's just magical. I don't know, it gives me such nice coverage, but it looks like skin, and that is what I love. So I'm really coating on some of the SPF here, and going to bring that down my neck. We're going to kind of let that sink in. I am going to prep my lips. As many of you know, I absolutely love my Sarah Creal. The adults are talking serum, but I did want to share this new kind of lip repair product from Remedy. I have been using this at nighttime as like a lip mask. You can use it during the day too, but it is freaking amazing, and I just wanted to kind of highlight this because I have really been enjoying some of Dr. Shaw's products. So I often get asked about kind of more affordable options. I'm a complete skincare junkie, and I do spend a lot of money on beauty products, but I often get asked if I would share some more affordable options because I have been loving this Remedy for dry lips. It is an amazing little lip product, and I feel like not only is it hydrating, but if you use it kind of like a lip mask at night, I feel like it fills in my wrinkles and such, and it just feels really good. And then another product that I've been loving from them is this Remedy for body bumps, and this is going to be like an all-in-one product that is going to exfoliate your skin. It's going to moisturize your skin, but it's also going to help with that cell turnover. And I have been using this little guy, and I love the texture of this body lotion because it's like kind of thick and luxe, but it's going to sink into the skin. It's not going to take a long time to kind of absorb. And it is getting a little bit warmer here in Portland. It's going to be 75 today. And I just have been laughing because my legs are like ghost white, and I feel like they're a little crepey. And I feel like the skin on my body is like a little bit dry and crepey. And so I have been using this little body bumps, and I have to say I've seen an immediate improvement on my body skin, and I fully admit I have been good about taking care of the skin on my face, but not as much on my body. So anyways, if you're looking for sort of some affordable remedies, I really like Dr. Shaw because he's sort of like a no BS guy. He's just sort of like not going to claim that these are miracle products, but they are effective and they're definitely affordable. Okay, then we're going to use my Sarah Creal Face Flex. I seriously love this stuff, and I really want to see if you can see. Like, I use a lot of this, and as you know, I have a lot of makeup. So this has just been my like go-to combo. I love it so much. And again, you can create your own little skin tint by adding a few drops of her Creal Moisture Source. Or if you're in a hurry or want a little more coverage, you can simply use the doe foot applicator. I tend to do a little bit of both. I'll put some of kind of where I want to use the concealer. And then what I'll do is just take a little bit of the product on the palm of my hand. And then I'll put a few drops of the moisture source. By the way, I do use this product as my essence, so this is like double dipping. This is, I'll use this as part of my skincare routine. After I use like a liquid exfoliant, then I like to add moisture back into my skin, and I will use that as my essence. So I'm big on hydration for my more dry, mature skin. And then I will just kind of mix that all together. And then I will blend the concealer in. I know where I want it here. Already looking a little bit better. And I swear, this just wears so beautifully. It literally looks like skin, but better. And then what I will do is just sort of either use a brush, my hands, or a sponge and just sort of tap that kind of skin tint in to the rest of my face. Okay, we have complexion on. We're just going to kind of let that do its little magical thing. And then I did pick up one of the new Prada Dimension eye palettes, and I picked it up in Peony. And they recently launched 3 new, very, I would want to say, kind of neutral eye palettes. Very wearable, and I ended up picking this one up in Peony. And to be honest, I thought it was going to be like a little bit more of a pink toned eye palette. I absolutely do love this. It's got a little bit of cool and warm in this palette, but the formula of the Prada eye palettes is truly amazing. Like, it is very hydrating. It is very forgiving on more mature eyes as well. And I just could not resist the Peony one. So I was kind of excited because although I had picked up one other of the Prada eye palettes, they were just more bold color stories. Absolutely stunning, just not necessarily what I'm going to wear. So when I saw these color stories, I was like, I at least need to get one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this shade right up here at the top. We're going to put that all over my lid and create a nice little base upon which to put the other shadows on. And these really are, they're creamy, they're hydrating, they're long lasting, and they just create like a sort of lived in finish on the eyes that I really like. I'm really liking those formulas. And then coming back into that top shade here, and I'm just putting that all over the entire surface of the eye area. Okay, kind of a blank canvas there. Then I'm coming into this beautiful soft brown tone, and I'm going to place that in my crease here, add a little definition, just coming right in like that. It comes with a really nice mirror. Yes, these are pricey little eye quads. You can just buy the refill as well. So these are refillable, and I am just coming into that crease area. As you can see, they are very pigmented, and I am just going to kind of windshield wipe a little definition right in that crease area. Okay, just created a little definition in that crease, and then we're going to come over to this beautiful kind of peony pink rose tone, and I'm going to be placing that on my mobile lid here. This is a very light kind of wearable, I would say cool to neutral eye palette here. And I'm just coming in and placing that color all over the lid here. And the only thing I would say is, like, online, I thought that was going to be like a little bit more of a pink tone. I still think this is beautiful and I really like the look that I can get. But now I'm going to come over to this tone over here, and I'm just going to kind of use that in the outer corners. It's just going to add a teeny bit of warmth and depth to that little V area over here. And I also am going to run a little bit of that tone underneath my lash line. So I'm just taking whatever's on this brush here, and I'm going to kind of run a little bit of that shadow underneath. Basically connecting everything, and then I'm just coming through, blending that all together. And this is what this looks like, and what I would tell you is it's like just your perfect everyday soft eye look. But the formula of these, it's very like creamy, and so what I find is it just sort of meshes into my eyes. It looks a little lived in. It is very long lasting. I feel like I'm wearing a bunch of eye makeup. That's what I would say. So if you're not somebody who, you know, likes to look super made up, but you want to look polished, I would highly recommend the Prada eye palettes. And then what I have been pairing this with is my Chanel. This is the Stylo Yeux in Cassis. I absolutely love this kind of as my neutral since I have hazel green eyes. Cassis is described as a black currant eye pencil, and it is like a great neutral. So what I will do is I'm just going to come in and I'm going to tightline the upper lash line. Pops my eyes right away. And I just find that that Cassis goes super well with that Prada Peony Eye palette. And then for lashes, what I'm going to do is use my Swede Cloud Mascara in brown. I really have been loving brown mascara, and I think they are right. I think it just sort of pops your lashes. I've always been somebody who's been a black mascara girl, which I still will use, but I find with this kind of soft, easy eye that this brown mascara looks beautiful. If you have not tried this, it is an amazing mascara. I am a fan of Swede Beauty, so I am going to take a minute to apply this mascara. It's going to give me some soft, fluttery lashes here. Okay, here is my Prada eye look. Just very soft, easy, everyday eye look. And again, it just wears so beautifully on the eyes. So next, I'm going to warm up my skin. And yep, still having a love affair with this by Mario cream bronzer. It literally is the best stuff. I love, love, love it. And I'm just going to warm up my skin real quick here. And then I finally picked up one of the Patrick Ta blushes. I have been curious about those for a while, especially with, the technique that you use of putting the powder on first and then putting on the cream. So I finally picked one up in the new shade, and I got this one in She Goes to the Gym. And I have to tell you, this really is a unique and beautiful formula. And here is the shade right here. It is going to give me such a beautiful, like I just worked out, flush. And be sure to kind of dab this on. It is definitely pigmented. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some of that on my cheeks. Don't worry, I'm going to blend everything in, but these are super pigmented, and I'm going to kind of give myself this I went to the gym look here. Woo! Do not worry. I'm taking a big fluffy brush here and I'm just going to blend in that powder. So pigmented and pretty here. There we go. Is that not such a good flush? Before we move on to the cream though, I'm actually going to add a little bit of this blush into my eye look. As I said, I was kind of wanting the Prada to have a little bit more of that pink color, and I think this is going to kind of add that in. I'm just going to add just a teeny bit of that. This will connect my whole look together, but I think it will kind of amp up that pink as well. We want kind of this fresh, radiant look on the skin and face, and that's what I would say this kind of gives you, this really spring, ethereal, kind of radiant look. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my fingertip here. Is this not the best color here? And I'm going to tap that kind of on the tops right here, and then blend that in. It is like literally sort of like a blush and highlighter in one, and I know that it looks strong at the moment. Do not worry. This like gives you such a pretty look on the cheeks. It's gonna be just fresh, but you just gotta take a minute, kind of blend that into the skin, and this is what this cheek product looks like. Definitely been wanting to try that out. I think I was a little bit intimidated because a lot of them are like super beautiful but very bright. And what I will tell you is, yes, a little goes a long way, but it is a really beautiful combination with the powder blush with the cream on top. Super long lasting, and you can kind of sheer it out to the way you want it to appear versus super bright. But this She Goes to the Gym color is like one of my favorites. It just gives you that really healthy flush. Okay, we've got this sort of nice glowy complexion. Then I am going to be using my Hermes. This is the Silky Lipstick Shines. This is in the limited edition beige halo. I am obsessed with this color, and I saw that it was on sale at Nordstrom. I'm hoping that it still is, but they are having 15% off beauty and Hermes products. Some of them are on sale right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on. I just think it is such a perfect color. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And of course, if you were wanting to make a splurge, it literally is on sale at Nordstrom right now. So grab it if you can. And then I'm going to quickly set my face. I'm going to be using the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Powder in Candy. This has a little brightening rose tone to it, and I'm just going to kind of quickly set everything and then use their setting spray, which I've really been enjoying. So those are two products. I'm a fan of Kosas Complexion, their concealer, their powder. I've just really been enjoying that. It's very finely milled, as many know. Not a huge powder girl, but I do find that it does just make your makeup stay, and I don't detect like any sort of powder. And then we're going to be using the Cloud Set. This is the Airy Setting and Smoothing Mist, and this is very refreshing, and I feel like it just works well to kind of, you know, hydrate your skin a little bit, but also it kind of helps zhuzh up the hair a little bit. And I really like the way that that setting spray it's going to give you a little glow, but it's just going to kind of settle on the skin. Also definitely refreshes your makeup throughout the day. So I've really been loving kind of just coming around, kind of spritzing it on throughout the day. I love a little extra hydration boost. And then for fragrance of the day, we have a new beauty here. This is Chimilka from Vilhelm Parfumerie, and I am so excited about this launch. Chimilka is part of the Triptych collection. It is a series of 3 different fragrances that all have the same DNA. This does highlight patchouli, so all my patchouli lovers gotta check out this collection. And then they all have different top notes. And I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't decide which one to try first, but I went with Chimilka, which has a luscious peach note to it. Sun Cities is another one, and that has a top note of pineapple as the highlight. And then there's one called Great Lord that highlights a plum note. So they all have a fruity patchouli. So they all have a fruity aspect, and then the base is going to be the same at each one of them. So we're going to unbox this beauty. Yes, I have already been wearing it, but I just kind of wanted to show you the unboxing presentation because I think these new bottles are just absolutely stunning from Vilhelm Parfumerie. I have so many favorites from that brand, but when I saw these, I was like, oh wow, these are so pretty. They kind of look like a gorgeous flask right here. And the 3 of these were created by Jerome Epinette. He is the creator behind this new launch. And the top notes in Chimilka are peach, cardamom, velvet and Italian mandarin. The middle notes are Chinese osmanthus, oak moss, leather, immortelle, saffron, and violet. And then in the base, you've got patchouli, amber, sugar, and musk. And let's just say I was not disappointed. I was kind of knowing that I was gonna love this scent. I actually love it a little bit more than I even imagined. So I'm gonna go ahead, spray some of this on. Number one, if you can tell, it already gives me a little smile on my face. It's one of those kind of launches. Kind of feel like you can't go wrong with any 3 of these is what I have heard. Would be sort of like picking out the top note or the fruity element that you want in your perfume. And right off the bat, I definitely smell this very juicy, luscious peach note. It is truly mouth-watering, but do not worry, it is not going to kind of make you feel sick or anything like that. because you have that warm base with that patchouli, that musk. There's a little bit of amber in here too. So what I will tell you is it's definitely going to kind of open with that kind of strong, luscious peach note. So you do need to like peach, I will say that. But then you're going to get the grounding notes of that sort of earthy slash clean patchouli in here. I definitely am smelling a little bit of that osmanthus. I find that that can kind of have that almost chewy apricot kind of smell. So I love the juxtaposition of the kind of luscious peach on the one hand, but then you've got this warmer spice with the cardamom kind of up at the beginning, and it's kind of described as a velvety texture. So think of like this yummy, juicy peach, but there is this kind of really soft, luxurious feel to this fragrance. I definitely get a little hint of that saffron again, kind of when you first are spraying this out. And then what I will tell you is this is going to settle down. That super juiciness is going to dissipate, and there's going to be this very luxurious kind of dry down that has that warm amber, a little bit of that earthy patchouli, as well as this clean musk. Now, patchouli can also come across as clean in fragrances. It's very addictive, and I would say this fragrance definitely falls into the addictive category. And then there's like a little sweetness, just a touch from the sugar in the base, but I feel like that sort of balances out the warmer elements in this fragrance. That's what I would say that is so cool about this, is that it's got this juiciness to this fragrance. It's got some warm elements in here, but then it's also got this kind of invigorating touch with that mandarin in here. Florals in here mix beautifully with that kind of peach note, and then it just dries down to something really, really elegant. But again, like the smile that I get when I first spray that out, it's gonna stay with me the whole entire way. That's what I'm loving about this collection. The base of all three fragrances are going to be the same. It's only going to be the top notes that are different. And if you're somebody who likes the note of peach in fragrances, then you definitely have to get your nose on Chimilka. It is that good. I'm going to do a whole review on that, but I was so excited that I just wanted to share that with you because I think it is such a beautiful launch from Vilhelm Parfumerie. Let me know if you've gotten your nose on any of those. I can see that this would be a collectible item, i.e. Chimilka is my first. I think next I'm going to go for Sun Cities, which is that pineapple note, and even Great Lord with that plum note sounds delicious. So these are just some of the things that I have been loving lately. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.